Hello everyone. Today we will perform an experiment uh, to study the input and output characteristics of common base bipolar junction transistor. So we will be using Basic Electronics Virtual Lab for the simulation part. Now bipolar junction transistor is a three terminal device. We have three terminals: emitter, base and collector. The emitter, base and collector, and it is a current control device. Means on changing current at the input we can vary the current at the output. And now from its name itself we can see that bipolar means we are using both type of charge carriers, that is electrons as well as holes, for current conduction. Then junction means we are having two junctions. One is at emitter and base, and the other one is at collector and base. Then transistor means transfer resistor. So for amplification purpose, we know that we are passing a signal current from low resistance to high resistance circuit, as we make this emitter base junction forward biased while base collector junction reverse biased. So signal is moving from low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. Now in terms of doping level, this emitter is highly doped while base is lightly doped, and doping level of collector is in between these two. Then according to physical dimension, collector has largest area while base is quite thin. Now there are two types of BJT transistors, NPN and PNP. In case of NPN transistors, we sandwich a P-type layer in between two N-type layers, while in case of PNP, we sandwich N-type layer in between two P-type semiconductor layers. Now these are the symbols for NPN transistor and PNP transistor. For NPN transistor, this arrow is pointing outward, while in case of PNP it is pointing inward. Now this direction of arrow indicates the direction of current in emitter when transistor is conducting normally. Now according to the biasing of two junctions, that is emitter base junction and collector base junction, we have different types of regions of operation. Then first, when BE junction, base emitter junction, is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased, then we are in active region, and this region BJT works as an amplifier. Now in case of saturation region, both the junctions are forward biased, and in this case BJT acts like closed switch. In case of cutoff region, both the junctions are reverse biased, and in this case BJT behaves like an open switch. In case of inverse active region, uh, base emitter junction is reverse biased while collector base junction is forward biased, and in this case BJT act as an attenuator, as the gain is very small in this region. Now coming to the operation of NPN transistor, we'll be using NPN transistor in common base configuration for this experiment. Now as we can see that emitter base junction is forward biased and collector base junction is reverse biased. Now so due to forward biasing, electrons will diffuse from emitter to base, while holes will diffuse from base to emitter. Now this P region is very thin and it is lightly doped, so there will be very less holes in this region, so only a few electrons which are injected from here will recombine with these holes and give rise to a recombination current IB. Now remaining electrons, more than 95%, they will be collected by the collector, as we have reverse biased this collector base junction. So this terminal will be positively charged, so all the electrons will be attracted here. Now there is some reverse bias current also here due to minority charge carrier movement. Holes from this n side will move to base, and electrons from base will move to this collector region. So there will be minority current also due to drift. So due to forward biasing, diffusion current will be there. Forward biased EBJ, we are getting emitter current. Then base is lightly doped, so due to few recombination, we are having small IB current, and CBJ is reverse bias, so we are getting IC, which is a combination of current due to majority carriers as well as current due to minority carriers. Now, according to KCL, this IE equals to IB plus IC, and then as we this is BJT is a three terminal device, so we for different we take different configurations in which we make one terminal common. So if we make this emitter connected to ground, so we this configuration is common emitter. If we make base uh, connected to ground, then common base, and if collector, then common collector configuration. Now in this experiment we will be using common base configuration. Now few properties of common base configuration is that it has a low input resistance, high output resistance, and lower less than unity current gain. Now for common base configuration, we have this kind of circuit. Two rheostats we are connected in input and output to vary the input and output supply voltage. Then we have connected these voltmeters in parallel to measure the voltage changes, and emitters are connected in series to measure the current. Now, current equation in common base configuration is IC equals to alpha IE plus ICBU. Here, this alpha is common base current gain, and this ICBU is the collector to base current when emitter is open. This is due to minority charge carriers. Now, this alpha is approximately, this ICBU is very less, so alpha is approximately equals to IC by IE. Now we know that IE is greater than IC. IE equals is sum of IB plus IC, so it will be greater than IC. So therefore this alpha will be less than 1, because this numerator is less than the denominator. So typically typical value of alpha will be less than, always will be less than 1. Now coming to the input characteristic. For input characteristics, we will plot a graph between input current, which is IE, and between input current and input voltage VEB. And we will maintain a constant VCB, output voltage. So first of all we are taking at VCB equals to 0, and then VCB greater than 1. So it is show that input characteristics is similar to PN junction diode forward bias characteristic. Now as we can see that when we are increasing VCB, this curve is moving towards left. That means we are getting a high value of IE at lower VEB. So why this happens? Because as this VCB increases, so the reverse bias at the collector base junction is increasing. So therefore depletion region in the collector base junction will increase. Now as this base region is lightly doped, so there will be more penetration of depletion layer in this base region, so the effective base width will be reduced. So as this effective base width will be reduced, so recombination current, that is IB, will also reduce. So IB will reduce. Now this is the charge concentration graph versus charge concentration versus distance graph. In this we can see that this is emitter base junction and this is collector base junction. Now this is the concentration gradient of electrons in p-type base region. Now this was the effective base width when we have less VCB. Now or increasing VCB, this depletion layer becomes more wide, so this depletion layer reaches here, so this concentration gradient of electron is increased, and as concentration gradient is increased, so the diffusion current IE also increases, and leading to increase in IC, and we are getting high value of IE at small VEP. Now this effect is known as early effect or base width modulation. So the curve will shift towards left as we will increase VCB. Now coming to the output characteristics, output characteristic will be plotted between output current IC versus output voltage VCP. Now we will take this graph at different IE values. So we can see that as we change the input current, output current is changing. So therefore we consider BJT as current control device. Now as VCB is less than 0 in negative region, that means collector which is N type is connected to negative and base to positive. That means that collector base junction is also forward bias. So both the junctions are forward bias. So this region here below 0, here this one is saturation region, both are forward bias. So current is increasing with a change in voltage. Now after this region, for positive VCB, this collector base junction is reverse biased while emitter base junction is forward biased. So we have moved to active region. Now in this region we can see that we are getting flat curve, means the IC current is not changing with respect to VCB. Now when IE is equals to 0 milliampere, then this region is cutoff region. In this region both the junctions are reverse biased. Now IC flow, we can see that IC flows even when VCB is 0, because in this case we are having a forward biased emitter base junction, and collector base junction is also forward biased, so we are getting some IC value. Now different parameters that we can calculate from these characteristics. First of all, input dynamic resistance, change in VBE to change in IE at constant VCB, that this can be calculated from input characteristics. Output resistance is change in output voltage to change in output current at constant IE, this can be calculated from output characteristics. And alpha change output is to output current to input current at constant VCB. Can be calculated from these graphs. Now alpha should always be less than 1. Now coming to the simulation part, we will go to virtual lab and under that electronics and communication engineering labs, and then to basic electronics lab. Now here under the list of experiments, we will go to BJT common base characteristics. Now we will go to simulation, and first of all we will simulate BJT input characteristics. Now for BJT input characteristics, we will plot a graph between input current and input voltage. So this kind of schematic diagram circuit we will get, and these are the steps. Now we can see that these are the steps. Now what we have to do, we have to plot between input and input voltage and input current. So first of all what we will do, we will initialize these rheostats to 1, And now we have to maintain a constant output VCB. So let us take VCB at, let me refresh this. Now first we will make both these rheostats to 1, then we will make this VCB equals to 1 volt. So VCB 1 volt. Now we will change this input rheostat to get different values of VBE, and then we will plot different IE versus VBE plot. Then so suppose here add to table, we are taking different VBE. So this way we will add these observations. Try to take as many readings as possible. Try to break this range in according to different steps. Now plot. So we are getting this type of curve. So I have taken for VCB 1 volt. You can take for different VCB voltages like 2 volt, 3 volt or 4 volt. Now we have to calculate input resistance here. So let us take some range. Suppose VBE we have taken at VCB we are making constant equals to 1 volt, and VBE is changing from, suppose we are taking from 0.3 to 0.9, 0.3 to 0.98 volt. So VB is changing like this. Then current IE is changing from 0.3 to, it is 1.2 milliampere to 0.98, it is 3 milliampere. So for 0.98 it is 3 milliampere. So therefore input resistance Ri will be equals to change in this VBE to change in IE. So this change in VBE is 0.98 minus 0.32. 0.98 to 0.32, it is coming 0.66. So it is coming 0.66 and divided by this 3 minus 1.2. 3 minus 1.2. So 3 minus 1.2 and it's coming 1.8. So it is coming 1.8 and it is in volt per milliampere. So it will be 0.6 divided by 0.66 divided by 1.8 divided by 1.8. That is coming 0.366. So 0.3667 kilo ohm. It is coming. Now for the output characteristics, we will go back here and we will plot for output characteristic. Now for output characteristics, first of all we will make this rheostates to 1, both of these rheostates to 1, and now in this case we will maintain a constant IE, and then we will plot the graph between output voltage VCB to output current IC. So to maintain a constant IE, we will move this and we will maintain it to 1 milliampere. Now current is 1 milliampere. Now we will change this RH2. So first we will change it gradually. VCB 1.08, 1.6, then we will move it gradually. We'll take different readings. We are taking finally this, and we will plot. So we can see this output characteristic. This region is saturation region, so current is increasing with respect to voltage, but after this is the active region, so there is no change in current with respect to change in output voltage. So from here we can find out the output resistance. Now one more thing, that this slope is nothing but reciprocal of output resistance. So reciprocal of output resistance, then slope is 0, so 1 upon 0 is infinite. So ideally this output resistance in CB configuration we can consider as infinite, because the slope is change in I divided by V, which is nothing but reciprocal of resistance, and resistance, so slope is 1 upon resistance, and resistance can be equals to 1 upon slope, and slope is 0 here, so 1 upon 0 equals to infinity. So now to calculate R naught, we are considering at IE equals to 1 milliampere, and for this we are getting VCB is changing. Suppose we are take VCB, and for VCB change let us take VCB 1.680 to 5.280. So we will take 1.680 volt to 5.280 volt, and current is changing. IC equals to, at 1.680 it is 0.9398 milliampere to at 5.280 it is 1.007 milliampere. So now output resistance will be equals to this change to this change. So VCB change is 5.280 minus 1.680, so it is coming around 3.6. It is coming 3.6 divided by, then this current difference 1.007 minus 0.9398, it is coming 0.0672, and this is volt per milliampere, so it will come around 3.6 divided by 0.0672 milliampere, so it will be 53.57 kilo ohm. So we can see that input resistance is less as compared to the output resistance. Now to calculate current gain. To current gain we will take it at a constant VCB. So suppose we are taking it at VCB equals to 1 volt. So VCB equals to 1 volt. So at this case we will calculate IC and IE. So this we can see from output characteristics here. Let me first clear it. Now we will make both these rheostats at 1, this also to 1. Now let me make this VCB equals to 0.98, approximately 1 volt. So let us take this VCB equals to 0.98. We are taking it at 0.98, approximately 1 volt. So at this point we can see that current here, this IC is 0.76, IE is 0.76 milliampere, and IC is 0.5701 0.5701 milliampere. So we will get alpha as 0.5701 divided by 0.76. So 0.5701 divided by 0.76. So it is coming around 0.7. Something is wrong. It should come around 0. IC is no, it's fine. So it is coming 0. It is coming around 0.75. 0.75. So this value is less than 1. So we have verified 3 things, that input resistance is less in case of common base configuration, output resistance is high, and the current gain is always less than unity. So in this way we have performed this experiment related to common base BJT transistor. Thank you.